Hi. This month, our poetry challenge was to think back to your childhood and write about a holiday experience. Uh, yeah, I kind of think holidays are boring in a way, and they have been. And I never really thought of them as very exciting. And being the youngest of many cousins, uh, I just usually didn't even know what was happening half the time when we get together, as a large group for the holidays. And But I started thinking about, quality time, with family and with my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, who I knew much better than those. I never met my maternal grandmother, and my paternal grandfather died, you know, uh, when I was young. I never really had a real relationship with him, but I did get to know my mother's parents, and I think my cousins would understand this. A lot of the things that I'm going to talk about in this poem, and it's really condensing. None of this would have happened on a single day. I mean, I never would have got my own haircut, before everybody else. I would have been the last person as they added boxes to the chair, and as the kids got shorter, getting our Christmas haircuts, and for us to sit on top. But and My grandmother wouldn't have made me my own plate of potato pancakes either, but I would have had to kind of fight for them with my sisters or something like that, probably. Anyway, it's so it's an imaginary, but also there's truth in here. One chair, no weight. I only saw Pop Pop once at the kitchen table, slurping from a teaspoon coffee that 5 minutes before had bubbled in the percolator bulb, convinced the millionaire's money couldn't buy better. And on a little dish, buttered, old man Megara's crusty rye bread, Mum had sliced into her chest, which scared the shit out of everyone, and wordlessly dropped within his reach before addressing the sizzling stove, wielding cast iron skillets in her vain, bony hands, gracefully throwing all 80 pounds of a fiercely fragile frame into the effort. Plating a pile of potato pancakes, thin as the suit of hearts, edges golden and crisp, centers almost translucent. Best I'll ever have. My mom slept with Mike Douglas on the living room sofa. After Pop-Up retired, to the basement, and I followed, searching for hidden treasure. Oh my goodness. Searching for hidden treasure in fragrant cigar boxes and jelly jars, tossing a wooden milk crate on a rickety chair with iron nails, ordering me to perch atop, draped in a paint-splattered drop cloth, safety pin tight around my neck, sharpening scissors on whetstone while my jittery feet dangled, then grabbing a shock of hair, and clipping air with glinted steel to loosen knobby knuckles and start my Christmas haircut, the one style my uncles would get later that night between pinochle hands and my older cousins with fistfuls of apricot kolachki. So there's my kind of pseudo Christmas memory, pre-Christmas, special me time with grandparents that it was a different age. It was a different time. It was, like I said, I only saw my grandfather once in the kitchen. Men weren't in the kitchen, and the kitchen was a workspace. And it was really, at that time, it was a woman's workspace, to tell you the truth. And men, they were just passing through. The kitchen table, too, you didn't eat in the kitchen. You ate in the dining room. And normally, if we were eating, it would have been in the dining room. The kitchen table was for, mail and, recipe books and things like that. And but there's truth. There's some truths in there. And I think the house always smelled like chock full of nuts coffee, and it always smelled really good when you came in there. And I did like to explore in the basement and look through things my grandfather would keep in old cigar boxes and jelly jars of nuts and bolts and things like that. There you go.